Welcome to practice, everybody. Let's start lying down on our backs today. All right, so you can have your knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, and you can just lay back. Let the knees press together. You just rest your hands on your belly for a minute. Okay. Allow your eyes to close. Allow everything to settle. As always, just bringing your awareness to your breathing before you start. We'll begin taking a long, deep breath in all together. Let's open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, long, deep breath in. Then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Last time, long, deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Just breathe normally in and out through your nose now. Notice if your jaw is tight or your face is scrunched up, maybe in the center of the forehead there. And just try and relax everything. Everything's soft. Shoulders pressing into the mat. Finding this little bit of calm before we begin. Trying to keep this calm. If you have managed to find some throughout the class today, walk your feet towards each other. And then you can extend your arms up and over your head. And then extend your legs out to the front of the mat. Squeeze your whole body back into the mat. Doing that full body stretch, feeling every single muscle now. We're going to take a banana shape, so you can move both feet over to the right side. And then move your body and your arms over towards the right side. So you're getting that nice banana shape round through the left side. Just hold it there, pressing your left shoulder blade into the mat. Just breathing into what possibly is a little bit stiff today. If everything feels all right, you can go a little bit further and just cross your left foot over the top of your right foot. And see how that feels there. Try and relax, try and press your left shoulder, left buttock into the mat. You can feel it slowly start to stretch and ease. And bring your body back to the center and then uncrossing the legs, bring your feet back. And then we'll take the feet over to the left. Okay, go as far over as feels good. And take your body and your arms over towards the left. Okay, so listening to whatever you need right here. Maybe if you've gone too far, coming back a bit. And taking some breaths into that right side now. Try pushing down to through the right buttock, right shoulder blade. And if you want to go a bit further, you can cross your right ankle over your left. Breathe into that right side. And then bring your body back to the center. And bringing your legs on, crossing the feet back to the center. We'll bend the knees, have the feet flat. And then bring your elbows down into the mat with your hands in fists and pointing upwards towards the sky. Okay. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press the elbows into the mat. Take a long, deep breath in. As you breathe out, push down to your feet. Tuck your tail, lift your hips up, and push down through your elbows to lift the hips up. And now then slowly lower your spine down, vertebra by vertebra. And keep the hands there, but bring both legs into your chest at the same time. Squeeze them in. Lower your feet back down at the same time onto the mat from where they came from. Push down through the elbows and then lift the hips up. Lower the spine down. Keep pushing down through the elbows and try and bring both feet off the floor at the same time. Thighs into your chest. Lowering the feet back down. That's it, from where they came. And then push down through the elbows to lift the hips up. Lower the spine down. And both feet come off the floor at the same time as you squeeze the thighs into the belly. Let's do one more of them, pushing the feet down onto the mat. And then pushing through your elbows to lift the hips up. Maybe go a little bit higher now. And then lowering the spine down. Both feet are going to lift off the floor at the same time as you bring the thighs into the chest. Squeeze them in. Good. All right, from here, keep the legs where they are. Just take your arms up and over your head. And you've got a nice space between your legs here. Bring your elbows so they're like at 90 degrees and your fingers are touching the floor. The elbows are bent. Big breath in. As you breathe out, bring your head off the floor, your elbows to your knees and lift your hips up. Good, and then go back to where you came from, lowering the hands back behind your head. And again, as you exhale, elbows to knees, lift the head up, try and lift the hips up. And then release and lower back down. Try that 3 more times. As you exhale, elbows to knees, head and hips lift. Release. 2 more, exhale, lift elbows to knees, hips and head lift. Release, last time, elbows to knees, lift the head, chest up, hips up. And then release. Okay, you can put your feet flat down onto the mat and then bring your knees open, your soles of the feet together. And you can rest your arms up and over your head. Push your feet together to lift your hips up. And then lower the spine down like you're moving your tailbone closer towards your heels. And then you can just let the knees open, let the inner thighs stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, bringing the knees back together. And then both feet off the floor at the same time as you bring the thighs into your chest. Press your palms together above your head now. As you exhale, you're going to bring your elbows outside of your legs on the left side. Lift your head, chest up and squeeze everything over towards that left side. And then release. Good, and then as you exhale, take the elbows outside of over to the right side of the legs. And then release. Keep changing now, going over towards the left, taking the elbows outside, and then back, and then over to the right, lift the head up, hips up, chest up, and then back, 2 more, take it over to the left, and then take it back, and then over to the right. Good, and then bring it back. So again, soles of the feet together, knees open, arms up and over your head, push your feet together to lift your hips up. And then move the tailbone towards your heels. Let the knees open, let the inner thighs stretch. Okay, so just relaxing what you've worked. It's really important for us yogis and, for humans in general to have a strong core. Helps to protect your back, protect your organs, helps you to move freely throughout your day. It also helps create this fire that we need sometimes, a fire to get through the practice, a fire to get through your day, to find that determination, to find that will, that deep-rooted will. So although it's an exercise, it's still yoga. It's still creating a fire, an energy that you're going to use mindfully in your practice. So then we're going to bring the knees right back up together, hug the thighs into your chest, and then into a twist, letting both knees fall to the right. Take your right hand outside of the left leg, left shoulder blade down into the mat. Breathing into the belly, where you've worked already. Bring the knees back into center, take them over to the other side. Then think about your right shoulder. Does that feel like it's higher than where the left shoulder was? And then make your way back to the center. Just before we come out of here, extend your legs up to the sky. You can have your arms up and over the head. You can do little circles with your ankles one way, and then circle them the other way. So perhaps you'll start to feel a bit of fire. They call it agony. Running down your legs, your calves, your shins. You can point and flex those feet. You can keep your arms up and over your head. Flex your feet, turn your toes outwards. So your knees rotate outwards, and then bend the knees and bring the thighs either side the rib cage. So it's happy baby without your hands. And then straighten the legs, take them right back up. And again, you're going to flex the feet, turn the toes outwards, knees outwards, and then the thighs lower out either side the rib cage. Use your core, use your hip flexors. And then straighten the legs, you can shake out the feet. Then last time, flexing the feet, turn the toes outwards, and then bend the knees and draw the thighs either side the rib cage. Use the strength of your legs to come into that happy baby. And then straighten the legs, give the feet a little shake. You're going to take the hands behind the thighs. And you're going to try and roll up and down, forwards and back, massaging your spine. And we're going to try and build up the momentum to see if we can roll up into a malasana. So you will roll up, you can take the feet wide, maybe come into that malasana, yeah? And then you're going to roll back. See what happens. You can use your hands to support you. You can just rock up onto the tailbone. Maybe use a little bit more momentum, but not too much so you don't go flying too far forwards. And the next time you come up, if you can, just make your way into Malasana somehow. That's it, that was fun. Elbows into your knees, press your palms together, lift the head, chest up. Just checking in with how that feels this morning. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to warm up our wrists here. If you want to have a block underneath your bum, you can make it a bit easier. You can also just put your shins on the floor if you want. But you're going to take your backs of the hands together, and your elbows are inside your knees. You're trying to stretch out your wrists here. Breathing in. As you breathe out, you can push your knees in and try and lift your wrists up towards your chest or towards your throat. Good. And then release. Bringing the palms together, interlace the fingers and draw little circles with the wrists. Circle them the other way. Okay, line up those elbows with the knees again. Press the palms on the floor, and then just going to rock forwards and back. And you're rooting the fingertips into the mat. Feeling the heels of the hands. We're not doing Bakasana, we are just waking up the wrists. So we're not doing our crow pose. We're just waking up our wrists and our hips at the same time. You do little circles here. Circle it the other way. You can always do this with the shins on the floor, just like we do normally. You can turn the fingers out slightly. They're not going to go as far as they might go normally. You can also do little circles unless that's too much. Just stay in stillness. And then take the circles the other way. Well done. Okay, putting your palms flat on the floor now. Lift the hips up to the sky. Good morning, hamstrings, if it's the morning for you anyway. And then heel toe the feet towards each other. Relax your head, have a nice big bend in your knees. It's the first stretch in the hamstring, so take your time, relax your head. Imagine water dripping down your neck. We'll take an inhale, lift the head and chest up, and then exhale and fold forwards. Chin to chest as you roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. We're going to cross your right ankle over your left. Baby toes touching. Inhale, you can push the thighs forwards, push the hips forwards, open up the chest. And then exhale, push through both feet as you lower down. Hinging from the hips. Hands come to the floor, or you can put your hands on a block. Inhale, halfway lift. Notice where you feel tight. And exhale and fold. You can walk your hands over towards the right side. Unless you're already feeling enough, then you can stay where you are. Folding, coming back to the center. Push down through both feet to roll your way up. This is the hard bit for me. Feeling the strength in the legs help you come up. Good, and then uncross the legs. Take your left leg over your right. You're trying to line up your baby toes if you can. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. You can push the thighs forwards, push the hips forwards. And then exhale and fold. We'll hinge from the hips. You can have your hands on your block, remember. Relax your head. Notice where it feels tight. And try and breathe into that place. And we can walk the hands over towards the left side. Relax the neck. Breathe into what you're feeling. Good, and then bring yourself back to the center. Push down through both feet and slowly start to roll your way up. Good, try and keep your balance there. Good, and cross the legs. That's it, nice, press your palms together now. Inhale, lift the arms up, thighs forwards, hips forwards, and then exhale, fold and hinge from the hips. Releasing the hands, take a halfway lift and let them. And as you exhale, plant the hands. You can step back into your first plank pose. Do little circles again here. Reaffirming those wrists and the arms. Circles the other way. And then bend your knees and push your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Your first one, nice big breath in. And a long breath out. All right, so take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, draw a big circle with the right knee. Take the circle the other way. Right leg goes up to the sky, you're opening up that hip, you're trying to squeeze your left heel down towards the floor. And then bring your right knee to your nose, and then right foot next to your left thumb. Okay, so I think this is kind of where we went yesterday. We're going on a tightrope rather than either side of the train track. Okay, so once you're there, lower your left knee to the floor, release your left toes and have a little look. There's your right heel in line with your left knee. That's what we want today. Okay, breathing in. Breathing out, draw the chest forwards. That's it, sink down into that left leg. Okay, so a little bit, I'm going to move further back so I don't get lost behind my fridge. But from here, you can tuck your back toes under and you're going to start to lower your right knee down onto the floor. Notice my right hip stays on my right heel. Yeah. Walk your hands forwards, forearms down onto the mat, and then try and lift the left leg up. You're going to pulse that left leg, getting into the left hamstring and into the left glute, trying to take out the back. Yeah. Good. Lower the left knee to the floor. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders and then roll your way back to where you came from. Okay, so that right foot underneath the right knee. That's it. Drawing your head, chest forwards. And you're still on this tightrope. Okay, you're going to come back onto your left knee and then draw your right toes to your face. So remember, we normally would have the right foot over towards the right side, but we got the heel in line with the knee today. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale and forward over your right leg. Just notice where it feels different. Feels very different for me. All right, from here, step back onto your right leg, bending into the right knee, hands either side. Tuck your back toes and lift the back knee up off the floor. I'm going to slot your left foot outside of your right. Yeah, so it goes behind and outside of the right foot. Baby toes land together. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale and fold. Roll your way up, pushing down to come up. Palms together, lift the arms up, thighs forwards, hips forwards, and then exhale and fold. I'm starting to fall. Hands down, inhale, take a halfway lift. Now as you exhale, you can bend your knees, lifting your heels up if you need to. You're going to uncross the legs as you jump your feet back into a plank. And then your first vinyasa, drop the knees to the floor if you want to. Cobra up dog, and then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. As that feels so far, lift the hips up. So take the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, and then draw a big circle with the left knee. Perhaps you can feel the fire building in you. Take the circle the other way. Take the left leg up to the sky, open up the hip, squeeze your right heel down and your left shoulder down. Bring your knee into your nose and your left foot next to your right thumb. Really wiggle it right over. You can walk the back leg away a bit, that helps me. And then lower the right knee to the floor. So see how that feels? Your heel is in line with your knee. Crazy stuff. Inhale, draw the head, chest forwards. Exhale, trying to sink into the right thigh. My left arm is keeping my left knee in. Yeah, so now you can tuck your back toes under, walk your hands forwards, and you're going to rest your left buttock on your left heel and lower your knee down to the floor. So I'll scoot back. You're resting your buttock on your left heel, coming down onto your forearms, and then harden your right leg. Point your toes and then try and lift that right leg up, and we can do a little bit of pulsing here. So you're going to feel a stretch in your left foot because your heel is pushing down, your hip is pushing down into the heel, and you're also feeling the right hamstring and the right glute. Lowering the right leg down, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, and then come back. So you're going to slide back until your left foot is flat onto the mat. Back into that long lunge. Check in, is the heel in line with the knee? And then we'll come back onto the right leg and draw the left toes to your face. Have a little look, is the heel in line with the knee? Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale and fold over the leg. How is that hamstring? Beautiful, let's re-bend into that left leg. Lift the back knee up off the floor and just slot now your right foot outside of your left. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale and fold. You know, roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head, so feel the wobbliness. Tune into that. Press your palms together, lift your arms up. And then exhale and fold, hinge from the hips. Releasing the hands, inhale, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, you can bend your knees, your heels might lift. And you're going to take the legs to the back of the mat, uncrossing your feet into plank. Vinyasa from there. Cobra up dog. We take it up and back into downward facing dog. Enjoy your down dog for a moment. Inhale and exhale. So let's keep going. Right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Now right foot again next to your left thumb. Wiggle it over so it's right over there. Slide the back leg away. And you're going to bring your hands onto your right knee. And then lift your arms up into your high lunge. Yeah, so you're on a tightrope. How does it feel? Can you squeeze your right hip back and your left hip forwards? Inhale. Good. As you exhale, take the hands down either side of the front foot. And now work on straightening your right leg. Draw your right toes to your face. Yeah, so your heel is in line with your foot. Inhale. Your heel is in line with your back foot. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Yeah, so stand onto your right leg. Lift left leg up. And then just slot your left foot outside of your right. Baby toes catch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Push down through your feet. Press your palms together, lift your arms up. Feel the wobbliness. And then exhale and fold. Releasing the hands. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Now, we're going to change it now. You can do what we did before, or palms flat, bend the knees. Now you're going to keep your legs crossed, and your front foot, your right foot, is going to land at the back of the mat with the toes tucked under, and your left foot just hanging over the top of the right. Yeah, give it a go. See how it feels. I'll wait for you here. Otherwise, you can step back and then just cross your left foot over your right heel. And then elbows bend, hover, keep the toes tucked. Just lift the head, chest up. Then take it back into a cross-legged downward dog. Squeeze the heels down, lift the hips up. Have we got our brains on? And then just uncross the legs, well done. All right, from here, take the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And bring your left foot inside your right hand. So it takes so much more focus to balance here in this little tightrope. So you're coming, hands onto the left leg. Finding that balance, that stability, and then arms up into your high lunge on the tightrope. Yeah, so be careful, breathe in, lift the head, chest up. Breathe out, squeeze your right hip forwards, your left hip back. Yeah. Good, and then take your hands down either side of the front foot. And then start to straighten into your left leg, draw your left toes to your face. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Okay, so step back onto your left leg, lift your right leg up, and then slot it outside of your left foot. Baby toes touching or thereabouts. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Feel the weight in both big toes. Push down through both feet to roll your way up. Feel the instability. Press your palms together, lift the arms up. And then exhale and fold, hinge from the hips. Releasing the hands, inhale, halfway lift. Good, now as you exhale, you can bend your knees, your heels can lift. Now your left foot is in front. You're going to jump both legs back, keep them crossed. Left toes catch you, right foot is outside of the left. You can also just step back and slot the right foot over the left. Stay here in plank a minute, why not? Round into your upper back, tuck your tail. And elbows bend, keep the toes tucked. Cobra up. Dog, toes stay tucked. And then take it back into a cross-legged downward dog. Breathing in. You might have your heels lifted here, that's totally fine. Breathing in. Lovely guys, uncross the legs. From here, swing your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Bring your right foot again next to your left thumb. Come up into your wobbly high lunge. Arms come all the way up. What's nice now is that warrior 2 is easy. Drop the back heel. You don't need to adjust the front foot. Reach through the fingers. Good, flip the front palm, reach it forward, take it back and breathe into the right side. Now this is the challenge, right hand inside right ankle. Don't put the fingers on the floor. Left arm up and over your head. Hover those right fingers off the floor. Squeeze your right heel back towards your left foot. Inhale. As you exhale, look down, come back, warrior 2. Good, right hand to the floor. Big circle with the left hand. Lift the back heel up, left foot outside of the right leg. Baby toes touching if you can. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Slowly start to roll your way up. Come up to standing. Bring your palms together. All right. Find something solid to focus on. Yeah. And then come up high onto your toes. You can always use a wall to hold on to if you want. Once you're high up onto your toes, let your knees open towards the sides. Take your hands out. Yes, they're ready to catch you. Lower your hands down onto the floor. Find that balance. Don't worry if you collapse here, it's fine. Can you rest your knees on the tops of your arms? That's enough here. Or can you rock into the hands? Feel the weight of the hands, or the weight of the knees on the arms. That's enough. Or you can lift your feet up. Squeeze your feet to your heels to your bum. Well done. Wherever you are, you're going to uncross your legs. Come into a forward fold. Relax your head. Hold on to opposite elbows. You can sway from side to side. Letting it go. Good. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Palms together. Lift the arms up. Thighs forwards, hips forwards. And then exhale and fold. Hinge. Releasing the hands. Inhale. Take a halfway lift. And as you exhale, drop it back. Step it back. Find your plank. And vinyasa. Skip this bit if you want. Chaturanga. Cobra up dog. And then back downward dog. Big breath in. Long breath out. Lift the hips up. Let's go to the other side. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. Open up your hip. Bring your left foot next to your right thumb. From there, come up into your wobbly high lunge. And the nice thing is, we go straight into warrior 2 without adjusting that back foot. Open up. Sorry, the front foot, sorry. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards and back. Then breathe into your left side. Get a little bit of strengthening here. Left hand inside your left ankle. Right arm up and over your head. Now try not to put the left fingers on the floor. Squeeze your right heel back towards your left. Good, looking down, come back, warrior 2. Legs working harder, left hand comes down. Big circle with the right hand, pick your back heel up, slot your right foot outside of your left. You're getting used to this now. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Okay, so we're going to come to standing and bring the palms together. Yeah, now find that something solid to focus on. And come up high into your toes. Let your knees open to the sides. Take your hands out to catch you. And then lower your hands to the floor. Woo. Yeah. Now, can you feel your knees on the tops of your arms there? That's enough right there. Or you can put a bit more weight into your hands. You can also try and then maybe the bottom foot, bringing the top foot up. Just finding a little bit of balance or not, yeah? You just see what feels good for you. Wherever you are, you can uncross the legs. Feet down onto the mat and into a forward fold. Relax your head. Slowly roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Palms together, lift your arms up. Thighs forwards, hips forwards. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Once you get there, take a halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, palms flat, jump, step, float your feet back. Vinyasa from there. Meet me in your downward dog. Hold it there, inhale. And exhale. So let's feel the difference now. Right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, and then bring your right foot next to your right thumb. Come up into your nice train track high lunge. So this might feel wobbly now, but now you're not used to it. Good. Now you're going to bring your hands heart center. Stand onto your right leg, bring your left knee up to your chest like we did yesterday, and then sole of your foot to your inner left thigh. So open up your knee now. So hip opener, inhale. Exhale. Good, bringing the knee back into the center. And then lowering your foot back down onto the mat. All right, inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, fold and hinge. Inhale, take that halfway lift, lengthen. It's your last but one vinyasa. Now as you exhale, how lightly can you jump your feet back? Maybe step. Vinyasa. Cobra up dog, and then back downward facing dog. Hold it there, breath in. Breath out. Okay, just enjoying the difference. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Left foot next to your left thumb. Create that nice big train track for yourself here. And then lift your arms up into your high lunge. Just notice the difference. This might feel unstable now. Bring your hands heart center, strong onto your left leg. Bring your right knee up to your chest. Sole of the foot to your inner left thigh. And then just see if you can lift your chest up. Open up that knee. Open up that knee. Without taking the left hip with you. Whoops. Nice, guys, good. And then bringing that right knee back into the chest and lower the foot down onto the mat. All right, from here, come up high to your toes. Feet uncrossed, it's a little bit easier. Bend your knees, take your hands out to catch you. Rest the hands on the floor with the heels lifted. Maybe walk your hands a little step closer towards your feet and try and rest your knees on the tops of your arms. Yeah, so we're away from the elbows, we're right up by the armpits. Can you feel your shins on the backs of your arms as well? That's all enough. This is enough right here. We'll take your weight into your hands and then maybe bring your heels up to your bum. Hold it there, breathing in. Wherever you are, holding it. Breathing out. Come into Malasana, however you can get there. Sitting the hips down into the mat. And then reaching your arms forwards. You're going to have a little waddle to the top of your mat. You've got to keep your bum low. You've got to walk through those feet. Now, we have done this before, maybe like a year ago. And then you're going to waddle all the way to the back of the mat. Do you remember? Hopefully it's a bit easier than it was a year ago. And again, waddle all the way back to the top. Stay nice and low. Don't cheat now. And then take it back to the center of your mat. Woo. Somehow sit your bum onto the floor and extend those legs out in front. Woo. Give them a shake out. It's not easy, that, is it? So now bring the soles of the feet together and your knees open. So that'll feel nice after that. Hold on to your toes, inhale, lift up, and then exhale, fold forwards, relax. all that work that you've done, not only in your muscles, but in your brain, working out right and left, crossing the legs, and then working out once the legs are crossed, which leg is front, which leg is back. Enjoying this little moment. Simple. We're going to walk the hands back up. Bring your knees up together. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Hold on to the ankles. Lift the head, chest up. And then just fall forwards here. Relax your head. You don't need to go crazy now for this next bit. You can just literally extend your legs in line with your hips so they don't need to go wide. Flex your feet. Breathe in, lift up nice and tall, and then fold forwards in between the legs. Yeah, so it doesn't need to be a massive pose, this. You just want to feel the hamstrings and the hips. And then walking your way back up. So now let's see if you can maybe take your hips a bit further forwards and open up those legs a little bit. So we've done so much crossing over, going in, now just opening up a little bit. You're going to flex your feet. Now say you can be sat on a block, you can have your knees bent, and then we'll start to walk forwards. Listening to what you've been feeling there. So inner thighs have been working hard, squeezing in, crossing in. Now stretching it out. Try pushing down through the legs, and drawing your chest forwards. One more breath. Good. When you're ready, walking your way back. Nice. All right, bring your legs together. And have your hands behind you. You're just in and out to rotate the legs. Just bringing a bit more life into the hip sockets. Okay, and then have your feet flat. Reach your arms forwards, and then slowly we can start to lower down onto our back. So we need to get into our backs a little bit, ready for your day. So you can have your elbows on the floor like you did earlier, your fists pointing upwards towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, inhale. Exhale, push down through the elbows to lift your hips up. Keep pushing down through the elbows. You can interlace the fingers and push the baby fingers down into the mat. Straightening your arms now. And releasing the hands and lower your spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Doing that again, but this time putting your palms flat on the floor, fingers towards your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in. As you exhale, belly pushes down, hips lift up. Keep pushing down through the feet. Maybe come into your wheel. We haven't done loads of back bending, so make this just about stretching the front of your body. Doesn't need to be a massive pose. Chin to chest, elbows bend. You can slowly lower down, vertebra by vertebra. Maybe you want to do that one again. Yeah, so go for it. Do it again if you would like. All right, knees together, feet as wide as the mat, and then windscreen right to the legs. So one knee drops down, and then the other knee drops down. Okay, from here, bring your feet together. Cross your right leg all the way over your left, like you're a lady. Bring both knees into your chest. Now, I want you to lift your hips up and move them over to the right. And then let both knees fall to the left. So it's just taking you into a little bit of a deeper twist. Imagine your right hip is on top of your left hip. or that's where we're aiming for. Good. All right, and then bringing yourself back to the center, keeping the legs crossed. Use your arms to support you, so it's not all in your back. Uncross the legs. You probably need to bring the hips back to center. And then you can cross your left leg over your right. And then bring both knees into your chest. Okay, now you're going to lift the hips up and move them over towards the left side. And then let both knees fall towards the right. Okay, uncross the legs if this is too much of a twist for you. Hold it there. Take some breaths. That's it. Good. And then bringing the knees back to the center. Remember, use your arms to support you. Okay, uncross the legs, give the legs a shake. And then 2 options, happy baby or plow pose. Legs up and over the head, rest the hands on your lower back. Okay, now we have got something to play with here in plow pose. So you can just cross your right leg over the top of your left. Yeah, so your ankles are crossed. And then use the left leg to lift the right leg up into your shoulder stand. So that bottom leg is pushing the top leg up. Elbows rooted, neck relaxed. Lower the legs back down behind your head and then just change the cross. Yeah, so now the left ankle over the top of the right, and then it's the right leg moving the left leg up into your shoulder stand. And then you can lower the legs back down behind the head, or you're in your happy baby. And crossing the legs, palms flat, and then slowly lower the spine down. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. Push your feet together, lift your hips up, move your tailbone towards your heels, and then take your arms up and over your head. Relax your face, relax your jaw. As we began, take a breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, breathing in, fill yourself up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Breathe normally, naturally. Allow the eyes to close, the breath to settle. You stay in this shape or take the legs out to the corners of the mat. Yeah, try and give yourself this little moment though. You've done everything that you need to do within this hour. Now you can relax. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you need to, but if you need to get moving, then start to breathe a little bit deeper. Start to move your toes and your fingers. On your next breath in, you can reach your arms above the head. Extend your legs out if they're not already. Do that full body stretch. Good. And then roll over to the right hand side into your fetal shape, taking a little bit of time here. You really want to transition, if you can, slowly into your day now. Eyes closed, making your way up to seated to face the front. Palms together, thumbs into your chest bone. Just a moment of gratitude for the practice, for that long lineage of teachers that passed it down and ended up to me, to all the teachers after me. Gratitude to you guys for being here today. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day, guys.